let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Diddy, man. They saying the warden at they saying Diddy the guy that fight in jail, bro. Let's see what they talking about. It says Sean Diddy Combs involved in a violent prison fight, thrown in solitary confinement. Oh my God, Diddy, you's about to come home, brother. Look how you looking, Diddy. You about to come home, brother. What's up with that? What's up with that? It says Diddy got into a fight with fellow inmate at his federal lockup in New Jersey, and after all the dust settled, he wound up in solitary confinement. It says multiple sources tell us that Diddy went toe-to-toe with other inmate this week inside the FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey, and we're told all things got heated after the inmate dissed Diddy, who then decided to take matters in his own hands. Now, I don't believe this, man. I don't believe Diddy got aggressive when somebody dissed him. I just can't believe that, man. Look at this mugshot, man. Crazy work. Our sources say that two inmates got into a scuffle and started pushing each other and throwing jabs. We're told Diddy held his own during the brawl. Okay, all right, Diddy. He held his own during the brawl, which was quickly squashed by prison staff, separated both of them. All right. Our sources say Diddy was immediately tossed into the hole at the prison, and it's unclear if he's still in solitary as of this morning, but he could be facing more long-term consequences for that alleged fight. Yeah, Diddy, so you can't just be, man, out here brawling, man, like you just in jail. Can't be doing that, man. Now you gonna be in there a little longer, bro. Diddy is currently slated to get out of prison in February of 2028, but the date assumes he earns credits for good behavior. I don't know about that now. If prison officials feel he was in the wrong in the cell block showdown, he could be extending his stay in a federal pen. Yeah, man, you can't be getting into no fights, bro. Can't be getting into no fights, Diddy. Let's see what they had to say about hold on, let me see. Let's see what they had to say. Let's see what this guy had to say.
So when you have a high profile individual like Diddy, he would be placed in administrative segregation. So you're not in solitary confinement, but also you're not in general population. So that's where an individual like him would be placed if he was on Rikers Island.
After you have one fight like what happened on Wednesday, is there an increased level of danger for Diddy? Is it sort of like blood in the water for sharks? Do other inmates say, all right, this guy, got into a fight with him, this guy threw a few punches at him, I'm next? Is that something now you're on the lookout for?
In his case, in anybody's case for that matter, you have to step up to the plate and you have to defend yourself. It would be sharks in the water if Diddy didn't defend himself. But in this case, he fought back. I don't know whether he won or lost, but in these cases, it really doesn't matter whether you win or lose. You have to fight back, which is what he apparently did.
Is there a determination that has to be made?
Yeah, you got to fight back.
Who was the aggressor here? Because if it was Diddy, I could see where potentially that means he's not getting credit for good behavior.
Do y'all really think Diddy can be the aggressor in jail? I can't see Puff Daddy being the aggressor. I mean, I know we done seen him, we done heard about him do crazy stuff outside of jail, but I don't see Diddy as a tough guy, bro.
And now suddenly his sentence, he ends up staying in longer. The scheduled release date gets pushed back.
He ain't running
What
nothing in
generally
jail.
happens,
Right?
you have a physical confrontation between two inmates, the officer in the housing unit and the rec yard.
Appreciate that, Sanchez. Appreciate that, them Silver Star. Appreciate that Silver Star, my boy. Appreciate that. Said he is because of money.
If that doesn't work,
maybe
then they have to use physical force, only the amount that's necessary to quell the incident. The two combatants, they're separated. They receive immediate medical attention. And then we start the interviewing process to determine who did what, who started the fight. They'll be interviewed. The other inmates in the general vicinity, they'll be interviewed. If they have cameras, they'll look at the film. And he's going to have his day in court. There's a hearing. And based on the findings of all the evidence that's gathered, the inmates' statements, a determination will be made as to whether or not he's guilty in terms of starting the fight or just being a participant. And if found guilty, he can receive up to 30 days in punitive segregation. But all those things have to take place prior to being placed in solitary confinement.
The report that we had is that he is now in the SHU, and he didn't go in. It seems like he didn't go in immediately, but that it's happened sometime between. The fight was on Wednesday. As of this morning, our information is that he was still in the SHU.
Damn.
Do you think it's possible they already had, did their interviews and determined that he deserves some form of punishment in the prison?
Well, that's the only way that you could put him in the SHU. In the city system, just so people will know the difference, we call it the bang, the hole, the box, or punitive segregation. In some states, they call it the SHU, which is SHU, Special Housing Unit. So he's in the SHU, which doesn't have to mean solitary confinement. It could just mean administrative segregation, where he's not in general population, but he's not in solitary confinement.
If they were to determine that he was the aggressor, does that get reported then back to the judge?
That's the determination that goes through the courts when they take a look at his overall prison record. So whatever he does inside of that facility during the time of his incarceration, there's a report that's being made, especially on a guy like him. So when the court system, when they check to see if this guy deserves to be released based on his good behavior, then this is going to be a strike against him.
Oh man, Diddy. So the real question to y'all is, do y'all think Diddy done it? Do y'all think Diddy is out here picking fights in jail? Do y'all really think that, bro? Do y'all really think that? I don't think Diddy did it, man. Diddy didn't do it, all right? Prayers to Diddy, bro. Prayers to Diddy, bro.